Girls, thanks for coming on.
I'm back.
I'm pleased for some girl chat. I've had the children around me 24/7. They've broken up now, haven't they?
Yep.
How have you been? Welcome on, Elizabeth.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Elizabeth.
Thanks for coming on.
Guys. No worries. It gets me away from mum duties for an hour or two.
How is mum life?
Oh, it's hard.
Of baby number 2.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's
Mum of
lovely.
2.
Thank you. It is hard. I've got one of those babies that's like a Velcro baby.
Oh,
you know,
I've
that's
got
like
one of
just
them.
stuck to you permanently.
Yeah.
That's him. So
I think it's boys.
Have you made him like that though?
Boys,
Probably,
so
Did
yeah.
you put him down?
No,
Well, then
I
this
was
is
like
what I
obsessed
mean.
with him when he
This
first
is
came
what
out,
we
and now I'm like,
do.
right, now I have to do things. So you've got to sit there, and he's like, nah.
No, exactly. They're not used to it,
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah,
We do it to ourselves.
we do.
I love that baby bubble. at
Me
first.
too. And then it's like, you want to pull your hair out.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're
Yeah.
like, I've got to get on with things now. So you need to sit there, and they're like, no.
Yeah, as much as you still love them, the novelty does obviously,
does.
like normal
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
has to resume to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got other children and you're like, oh, when they're crying, I just
Yeah.
wanted to pull my hair out.
Yeah. They say the safest thing to do sometimes is actually just put them down and walk away.
Yes.
I've 100% had to do that.
Yeah, 100%. But with Sadie, so my youngest, she had this thing of going in the car. You know, most babies love the car. She would scream. So I do a 2-hour school run, 1 hour in the morning, half hour there, half hour back, and then again. And I was like on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
The scream. It's
Just of the screaming, it goes
overstimulates you,
through
doesn't
you, and
it?
I don't think it affects anybody else as much as it affects the mother,
doesn't,
because
no.
you have this natural instinct
Yeah.
that you want to solve the
Of course you
issue,
do.
and you can't if you're driving.
No, you can't at all.
So-
You've got to get on with other things, especially if you've got other kids.
I think that's when you need to really look after your mental
Yeah.
health. I think people just assume, and you were saying that the other day on your Instagram, weren't you?
I
That
always
assume
say-
that you've.
No one posts their losses, right?
No.
Not one person. And I just think everyone seems to think, obviously, you only post the best things of your life, don't you?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
oh, look what he's doing. He's smiling, he's happy, and everything's great. But no one obviously thinks to get their phone out when the baby's screaming down the place, being like, oh, look what's happening.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
you don't want to, I guess, not even that you don't even want to portray that, but you just don't do it, do you? So naturally, when you're looking at other people, you're thinking, well, Elizabeth-Jayne Tierney's baby doesn't do this. And I think, no, Elizabeth-Jayne Tierney's baby does do this.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's important to
it
keep
is,
it
and that's
real.
why
It's
I
good
wanted
you
to
done that
vocalise
video,
it,
yeah.
because my baby does scream. I sometimes look like I've been crawled out of a hole. I don't look glamorous every day. Like, I look like this because I've had to let my baby scream for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I've had to get ready today. And I just think no one posts their losses, do they?
No.
No.
Nobody does.
When I went through my divorce, actually, people were like, but I thought you had such a happy life. And I was like, well, I'm not going to post.
No.
He ain't come home from the pub Friday till Sunday, am I? Because then no one's going to, like, you know, and it is a little bit toxic
Yeah.
because you want everyone to think they've got a good life.
Yeah,
Aren't
of
they
course you do.
happy?
Yeah.
And also, if you did air your dirty laundry, everyone would be like, oh, look at her airing her dirty laundry.
Yeah, of course they would, yeah.
You know, like it is what it is, isn't it? You got to keep it real without airing your relationship drama too
Of course,
much.
everyone's
I think.
so judgy though, I
Yeah.
think, especially
Yeah.
on social media. Like, what I always say is people have got too comfortable with voicing their opinions on
Yeah.
other people online, because you would never walk up to someone in the street,
No.
would you, and be
No.
like, this is what I think of you. But
So
on social
true.
media, it's
Yeah.
like they get bloody thumb happy.
Why
and
do they get so brave?
don't know.
Like, what are they called? Keyboard
Keyboard
warriors.
warriors.
Yeah.
Seriously, I always say that. I never say anything behind someone's back as well that I wouldn't say to their face.
Absolutely.
Like, if I think a certain thing, I won't be horrible about it, but I'll be like, I'm usually funny with it. I'll be like, you are a bit of a bitch, shouldn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, everyone's got their own flaws. You haven't got to be...
If you look at the people though that send in the messages, have you seen?
know.
that?
Oh,
they're
they've
like
got like,
that.
yeah, they're
Serious.
horrific. They look like thumbs. Like,
Yeah. They're unhappy. You
Yeah.
are, what is it? You're a reflection. What you say is a reflection of how you feel about
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
So just be a little bit nicer.
I think no, it's hard though. If you're like a new, obviously you have got another child, but it's all new to you, isn't it? You're going back to it again.
Completely.
And
yeah,
to have
after a big
people-
gap,
Well,
like me, a big gap.
Yeah, like to have people like writing things to you, and it makes you feel like when you've had a baby, you feel like you feel very sensitive to it all, didn't you?
Oh God,
Yeah.
so sensitive. Your hormones are still. Are you breastfeeding?
No.
So
No.
I'm still
No,
even
that's hard
now
work, though.
breastfeeding. Ridiculous. I know she's like basically about to start school, but she like my hormones are still obviously a little bit like that because I'm still breastfeeding, so
Yeah.
my hormones haven't regulated. But I think it's so important for other mums to talk about their mental health online, things like that. And it's like, even if you're having a bad day, going online crying, people go, oh, I would never post a video of myself crying. Why the fuck not? Like, if you need someone to talk to and your other half's at work, you can't ring someone up crying every 5 minutes if they're at
you
work. They're
can't.
earning a living.
Yeah.
And I did do that with Ben. I've had to learn, like, ring my sister, ring my mum, but you don't want to bother people with your problems all the time. You can have a safe community
Yeah, of course, yeah.
of people.
Yeah,
like, I have
absolutely.
people I talk to online that I've never even met. And there are kind people. It's just filtering out the crap, isn't it?
Yeah.
The nasty people.
You get your village, don't you? I think.
Yes.
I've got my little village, and I'll be honest, it's I've got new friends, old friends, but I've created this like little pact of loyalty. I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
and safeness where I can ring up my friend and I can say, listen, I feel like this. I'm having the shittest day ever. Like, and she'll say, it's absolutely fine. You're doing amazing. Like, you're a great mum. And I just think for someone to say that to you
Yeah.
at that moment
Yeah.
in time really helps.
Yeah. Me and my sister had this the other day. So my sister's husband hurt his arm and Ben was unwell. And I was like, you need to be honest about how you're feeling without being judged. And I was like, I know I should be being kind and taking care of him because when I'm ill, he's really good with me. But it's aggravating me because he's at home.
Yeah.
I think it's a woman thing, and it's really sad.
really
that-
mean, and it
does
really,
it aggravate
really good
you?
about
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
like
know,
you're a nicer
Stop
person
sneezing,
than us.
yeah.
But I'm just like, can you go and be ill somewhere else? Like, I've got
They're
things
a
to
joke,
do.
though.
If you're not going to be of use to me, can you go and be ill, like on
so
one of your
true.
boats or something? And my sister was like, I'm the same. Like, I'm doing everything, and it's aggravating me that he's not there helping. So I feel like we need other mums that are non-judgy, like you said,
Yeah.
so we can actually say how we're feeling and
Yeah.
then feel normal about the way that we're feeling.
Yeah, because people have made it feel like it's not normal to feel that way.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everyone's like, la la la, my life is great.
We're so kind. We're
Yeah.
so great.
But
I think you get some people really do judge you for speaking out, don't they, and saying that you're not feeling okay.
No.
And I think it's normally the people closest to you that
Yeah.
you know are going to be like that towards you. So that's why some people do end up putting it on social media because they want
They wanna
support
reach
from
out,
people
yeah.
that don't know them.
Or that people can relate. Like when
Yeah.
Sadie was 6 months old, I had to go on to sertraline because I was just agitated. I wasn't coping. And I was so reluctant. I was like, I'm not going to take medication.
Has
I'm
it
absolute-
helped? Like, do you feel like
It's
you've
changed my life.
Got to have it?
It's changed my life. If I went, so last month I went a week without it because I stupidly didn't put my prescription in. And
can't they say you shouldn't even miss a day, should they?
no, I
Yeah.
thought I was fine. I'll go to the gym. I'll be fine. I'll meditate. I'll be fine. After 5 days, everyone done made me want to break the law. That I was not. Yeah, I was thinking.
She wanted to commit crimes.
And then I was crying. I was I was an emotional wreck. I was unstable.
But
Yeah.
are you not worried now that like you're going to be taking them for like the rest of your life?
I will.
You know, a
I'd love
doctor
to.
told me that a lot of like top surgeons are on it because it just helps you deal with the day, doesn't it? A little bit better.
Serotonin. It's
Yeah.
serotonin, isn't it?
And they
So
say a
I
lot of like
must-
heart surgeons, brain surgeons are actually on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
what,
it
because do you think that why do you think that is?
I feel like it's probably because it just helps you deal. Imagine how stressed
Yeah,
you'd be going
deal
open
with the
heart
stress,
surgery. Like
yeah.
Jesus, like you literally
Yeah.
got someone's life in your hands.
Yeah.
And then they've also got their day on top of that. But yeah, no, the doctor did say to me they are a lot of surgeons, top surgeons
Well,
are
it's
on
a
it.
very stressful, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think my life's stressful, but
Helps you cope with the
Do
day
you
better,
think
probably.
though, like it's your life now, or do you think it's things from the past that are?
I've 100% got PTSD, 100%. When someone recently passed away that we both know, that the killing from domestic violence, the shooting, I didn't sleep. I was traumatised. I was like waking up in the middle of the night. I was just a wreck for about a week after
Well,
that.
sure.
Yeah, it really
What, it
triggered
affected
me.
you
because
as
that could have been you.
That's what everyone
Yeah.
was like. People were obviously talking about it and speaking, and they were like, we really thought that was going to be like we really thought that
That could have been
was
your
going to
reality,
be.
so that's probably why it's affected
I
you a
think
lot
maybe
more.
if he didn't go to prison, that would have been what it would have gone down that way, and it really traumatized me. So times like that, I do need medication. I struggle to leave the house. I wouldn't go to Blue Water if I wasn't medicated. Like, I would be like, what if I bump into someone? Or and when I'm medicated, I'm like, oh well, if I bump into someone, like, what's someone gonna do? Like,
So you do need it.
I really do need it. I think it's the past. I think it is also the present of I do have like a lot of children to deal with. Is stressful, you know, the days where you probably do want to cry and you do end up crying. I'm less likely to do that with the medication. I know some people say it makes them feel numb, but it doesn't. It just regulates me. Like, I still feel sad if something's sad. I still feel happy.
Yeah.
My mum's just like, I think you need the serotonin. I think you've got a bit of an
it's
imbalance.
chemicals, isn't it, in your brain, I guess? Yeah.
I think when I had that nervous breakdown, I probably didn't regulate as much, or chemicals, or...
Do you think it's like been since you've stopped drinking as well that you need it?
Probably, yeah. I think now, where I don't drink anymore, because last week I was medicated, but I had to stay at home and I couldn't go to the gym, and I really wanted to go to the pub. I was like, I can't go to the gym. They couldn't put me in for my nail appointment. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now?
If you've had a shitty day,
Just like, just like at home. You know, when you're caged, you feel like a caged animal. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'll go and get my nails done. And then they couldn't fit me in. So it's like, right, well, I've got an hour now. Like, I'm free for an hour. Like, I've got this free time. What am I going to do? And usually I would have gone to the pub, sat there, had a glass of wine. But for me, my personality, I would then have a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So I went and sat in the bloody prayer garden in the church and was like,
woman.
My ghetto Lewisham ass was sitting in the prayer garden, and I was like, who the fuck even am I?
Praying to the Virgin Mary.
Yeah, I was. I was like, me and you, Mary, these kids, they've caused us some grief, haven't they? But yeah, then I went home, and the next day I was like, I'm so glad that I didn't give in. But yes, I think the medication helps me from curbing that craving. It helps my OCD and the gym, because I've replaced the outlet of stress with endorphins.
I'll have to go gym. I feel like I go off my head if I don't go gym.
Oh, Chris is the biggest advocate for the gym.
For mental
Like,
health.
he will say, but he will say to me, you know, I mean, when I had the baby, I did go for a stage. It was when I had my first period, and I turned around to him and I said, I think I'm getting postnatal depression. And he said, you need to train. You need to get your body moving. And I was like, no, I just think I need to go to the doctors and take something. And he was like, I'm telling you now, if you train, it'll be better than going on to tablets. And he's right.
I would never have worked out before on my period. You remember when you used to go to school and you'd go, I can't do PE today. I've got my period.
I was on my period like every week at PE. Like,
Yeah.
Sorry,
And,
miss, I can't.
and some big butch woman with like hairy legs would go, you will feel so much better if you train. And you'd think, oh, they're so right.
Yeah, they
when
are.
my period comes now, I get on like whatever machine it is and I feel better.
Yeah.
It's so right.
Yeah.
I get that.
He is right, as much as I hate to admit it.
But yeah, training
I
alone
think
wouldn't
it's
do
just that
it for
bit of
me.
time to yourself as well. Like, I like to get up in the morning, get done, get out, go to gym, come back, and I feel set for the day. I feel
Routine.
like anything, I can handle anything that is thrown to me that day because I've been to the gym.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
And do you know, like, I can't normally talk on the phone. Like, I will not ring the doctors. I have to get my mum to ring the doctors and things like that. If I've been to the gym, I can ring all my appointments up. And
You can conquer the world.
Yeah. It gives you that bit of a boost, isn't it? I reckon it's the chemicals.
It is.
You release
Yeah.
the endorphins.
It is. He
they
goes
make
on
you
about it all
happy.
the time. He does. So he's right.
Yes, he is
As much as
right.
it pains me, he's
Good.
right.
So is that what he does? Does he do PT?
Yeah, so he does PT, and so we've
you've got it
got a
made.
gym at the bottom of our garden, like a proper like outhouse gym. So I mean, he's been doing it now he's going to kill me if I get this wrong. I think it's like 15 years.
Oh wow! So he
So
knows.
he
his
knows his
stuff.
so you've got no excuse then.
No
Yeah.
excuse. He will literally tell me what to do, what to eat, But even anything about the body, like how it moves, you know, like even like elderly people will come to him and be like, you know, I can't move my hip, or I can't do this, I can't walk properly, and he will get them walking again. Like,
good.
to be fair to him, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's
like,
a
he
good
knows
one.
his
That's
stuff. He knows his
good.
stuff, yeah.
So do you feel more pressure to live a healthier life? Or like if you were eating something unhealthy, would he be like, oh, you shouldn't eat that?
Absolutely not, no.
Good.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. So when I was pregnant with the baby, he was like, that baby is going to come out like a Krispy Kreme, or it's going to come out like a cupcake. He was like, you just eat shit. But he just let me do it. Do you know what I mean?
Would he go and get it for you?
He'd go and get it for
good.
me.
That's
Yeah,
what I
that's good.
love.
He will go and get it for me. There was this cupcake at the Eleanor. So we've got like an Eleanor hospice around the corner from us. And obviously they do all the cupcakes, and everything that you buy there goes obviously the donation of the Eleanor. And I made him go nearly every day to get me this one cupcake that I loved. And he'd come back with a box and he'd be like, there you go, enjoy yourself.
I love that. That is just like, I love things like that.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see you happy now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. It's nice to be happy.
Yeah.
It's nice
You
to
can
have
see
no
it, like even in
drama.
your face, you can see that you are genuinely happy now.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to talk really highly of my partner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's a really nice feeling to be like, do you know what? I have got the best guy in the world, and I can actually say that with my whole heart and not feel like a mug, or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you know you're not lying, you're being genuine.
Yeah, I know that I can say that with
Yeah.
my full heart. So, yeah, it's nice.
It's good.
It's very nice for me to say that.
How long have you and Chris been together for now?
We have been together for around 3 years now, I think. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years.
And
Nearly
did you
3
find
years.
it easy to trust him after being in not so perfect relationships before?
No, not at all. To the point where, like, he would say to me, this is just an example, he was doing Arabella's wardrobes, like, he made all these, like, you know, the IKEA pack wardrobe.
Yeah,
he's amazing at, like, anything like that. He can do anything. And his phone went off, and he was like, oh, babe, can you see who's text me? And I was like,
Oh my God,
Sorry.
that is the dream,
what do
isn't it?
you mean? And he was like, can you just, like, see who's WhatsApp me, because my phone keeps going off? And I was like, oh my God, I'm traumatized. How can I can't do
I'm
that.
gonna cry.
Because in previous relationships, when I've gone on their phone, I've always found something. So it actually made me really scared to go on his phone, because I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do if I see something?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, no, it's okay, you have it. And he was like, oh, just go on my phone and look for me. And I was like, no, I can't. And he was like, what do you mean you can't? And I was like, no, I cannot. And he was like, no, Liz, he was like, this is silly. Just go on my phone and tell me who's texting me. I was like, no, Chris, I can't. And he was like, oh, for goodness sake, you take his phone. But, you know, like that, I'm traumatised,
Yeah,
I'd
that
say,
is
from
trauma.
previous relationships where there would always be something, you know.
So would
where,
you rather not know? Did you get to the point you'd think, I'd rather not go on that phone because I'd
yeah,
rather
I
not
still
know?
do it now.
See,
Like, I just
I'm like
think,
Sherlock Holmes.
No,
I'm like,
no,
better
no.
be asleep. I'm like, face
I
scanning.
just think no matter
No,
what,
I can't
if
do
you
it.
go on their phone, you are going to find something.
You're looking for
I
something
feel like,
to piss you
that
I
off.
you're
feel like
gonna
even
like.
if it's a screenshot or something, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we've got a group chat with the girls, and, you know, someone might send a dick pic in or something.
No, I'd be
If he
fuming.
went onto my phone,
Yeah.
he would think, well, who's sending
Yeah,
her?
but you know
it's
what?
not.
I've made a point before. The girls have been like, oh, this bloke sent me a picture last night. And I'm like, don't send it to me. And I actually had a bit of a fallout with one girl.
Oh no, I want to see the dick pic. Yeah, no, show
No,
me. Only
it
because I
makes
find
me
them really
feel
ugly.
ill. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because they're really ugly.
no,
Yeah.
I
They
don't
are
want to see.
Who wants to see that?
Me.
Because
No.
it makes you feel physically
I
sick.
like one girl. I was like, "Please don't send it to me." She's like, "No, I need to show it to you." And I was like, "No,
That'd be
don't
me. I need
send
to
that
show
to
you."
my phone." Like, I think that is a respect thing. Like,
Yeah. This is what I think. Like, I've got nothing to hide on my phone, but I know, like, the chat you're having with the girls, there's going to be something that they're not going to
Course,
like
yeah.
about it. Like, they've only
Yeah.
got to mention someone. Do you know what I mean? And I know I wouldn't like it either. I'll find something in
Yeah, you
one of
would.
these
Yeah,
things
yeah.
on his phone.
I think if you're going through, like, to have a vivid look, you're already in a mood about
Yeah,
something.
you're
and you
trying
want
to
find
find-
You'll
something to
find
have a row
something to
with.
be pissed
The
off
men's
about, yeah.
group chats are the filthiest thing.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Danielle, have you
vile.
never been on a men's group
I've
chat?
been on. Ben has some from like On the River or work ones, and he has a couple of times showed me some of the videos that they send, and I go, that is disturbing. Like, what the actual is that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't find that funny, do you? And he's like, no.
It ranges from like pornography
like
to
rape.
like someone getting beheaded. And
Yeah,
I'm like, what on earth is this group chat? Like, this is horrific.
Or like feces and things like
Yeah,
that. That
like
I just
weird
think,
shit.
what are yous on? Like, what? Yeah, but he does not forward me those anymore, because he was forwarding them to me at one point, and I was like, what do you think I am? Like, not in a...
Right, can I just say something about the Usher thing, right? Obviously, we went Usher the other night.
Yeah.
So good.
I am jealous.
He's unreal.
I don't know
I
where
love
to go.
Usher.
He's there for like 2 weeks.
You've got to go.
Is he there for that long? Yeah.
I'll go
I
again.
would go again. Should we go again?
I'll go
Should we
again.
go?
I
Yes.
will go again, 100%.
Yeah, should I get tickets?
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
go again.
definitely go.
I was going to make Ben go. He was like, if you want, babe, I'll go. I'm like, he's not even Usher era.
I was
He
so
doesn't
drunk.
know
Go.
any Usher songs.
No.
I was so drunk, I would go again, because I feel like I vaguely don't
Well,
remember.
Yeah, but you
We
was
missed
with Kate,
off-
and she can handle her drink,
Oh
can't
my
she? I
God,
couldn't
she
keep up
was
with her.
hilarious. I love Kate.
Yeah, she's fabulous.
Well, we missed half of it because we had standing tickets. I've never had standing tickets before.
Oh, I can't do
and
it. Was it
there was
good?
no room. No, it was so bad.
No, I can't do it.
People were saying they were getting like
Security
pushed, weren't they? And
Yeah, no,
Right,
I
we was
need my
getting
own
pushed,
space.
And the security guards was, I cannot believe how much they thought that they could abuse us. They was coming in my face, shouting in me and my sister-in-law's face, saying, can you speak English? I was like, well, obviously I can speak English. What the fuck? Move out the way. So basically there's a line going down the thing, yeah? If your leg is a bit of that out of that line, you've got to fucking move.
Oh, shut up.
These big security men are coming up to women and telling them they've got them. But it was the way we was. So we've ended up going to complain and trying to get moved, and then we missed basically the full show over it. So I've got to go again.
Right, but what was you going to say? I was
going to say, like, if Usher come up to me, like, can you imagine? Like, obviously, he can come up to anyone, yeah? But if he come up to me...
Wasn't it standing people, though?
yes,
It was
standing
standing
people at the
standing.
front.
I would have died.
I said to my sister-in-law, I will just run away and just tell him to fuck off. Like, how could you have that on the fucking screen of him putting the cherry in your mouth?
Was it on the screen as well? So he does
Yes,
the cherry
on
in
a
your mouth,
big
and then it goes
screen.
on the big screen.
I'd have loved
And what
it.
was it, like one of those little red cherries that go
Red
on top
cherries.
of cakes? I don't like them
Yeah, I
anyway.
don't like
I don't, but I'd eat it for Usher.
Would you
I'm
really?
a vote no.
100%.
You would eat the cherry.
100%.
No,
Chris
I
knows
just couldn't
this
do
as well.
it.
I've already said it to him. I was like, listen, if Usher comes to me with those cherries, you just got to accept it, mate, because it is what it is.
And what did he say?
Granted.
I couldn't. I think I
Laugh.
was
Do you know what? He just
No.
like he just laughs at me. I think he knows I'm half serious.
He's not sure.
He's not sure. I am serious.
No, I couldn't.
Do you know when you go out, though, and I don't go out a lot, but when I actually do go out, I'm like, why do I not do this more often?
Go
Like,
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't go anywhere. I don't do nothing.
Well, we went out for dinner that time, and then we were like, we should do this once a month because this would be so nice. And that was when was that? February, and it's now April. So we
Yeah,
didn't do
it
it
was
last
February.
month. We do need to go out for another
I
dinner.
feel
as
like
well.
that being hungover with kids is just something
Oh,
else. Being hungover with a
torture.
baby, may I add.
That's why I don't.
I
drink.
was so hungover on that Sunday, and my mum left at like 12. I was like, no, come back.
Yeah.
Come back, Jack. Come back.
But yeah,
I get fuming with my mum if she drops the kids back. You know, like, I just
Early.
think, why would you do that?
Yeah, I used to
you're so
hate that,
hungover.
but now I'm perfect. No, honestly, having a hangover with kids, and I got worse hangovers as I got older.
yeah, you do, don't you?
I was like vomiting. Are you vomiting?
If
No.
I mix drinks, I will be sick.
I was so sick all throughout the night if I'd have a drink.
If I stick to vodka, I'm all right. If I
Yeah,
mix,
6 to
yeah.
1. Yeah.
anything like Prosecco, wine, I'll vomit. But vodka, I'm okay.
Danielle,
love
did you get
Prosecco.
your tattoos lasered off?
Yeah, oh, it's so sore.
How like no one told me how painful it was.
She
I
said
can't
you
get
was the
over it.
biggest wimp.
Oh,
I
literally. I had to keep getting her to stop.
She went, what are you like with pain? I went, yeah, good. She went, Kaylee was...
Why did you get them removed?
I went, she's had 5 kids.
Right, I've got to say about this because I was getting so many messages like, oh my God, is everything all right with like you and your husband? Like, no, everything's fine.
so nosy.
People are so nosy.
someone that question.
Just because I'm getting a tattoos removed, like it's just because he didn't even like the tattoos anyway. He just thinks they're ugly. So I just
Yeah.
thought, do you know what? I'm going to
Get rid of them.
I don't actually like
Has
the
he
look of
said
them.
anything though? Because I was like, oh, is he going to think you've got a problem with him?
Yeah, we were sat in Nando's and he was like, what is that on your arm? And I was like, oh, like, they just looked, you didn't like them anyway. Like, they look ugly. Like, just got them off. He don't care anyway. But
Oh, he was fine.
yeah, it was fun.
Oh, good.
I would have been fuming.
But no, the children are like, oh my God, you've got our names took off of you.
Oh, yeah, because that's the next thing. I'm going to have the one on my back done and it's Summer's name.
My ex had my lips tattooed on his neck.
No way.
Yeah, and he went and got rid of them when we were together
Lasered
because
or
he hated.
covered over.
No, lasered. We were still together at the time, but he didn't like them because they were on his neck. I was fuming.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, because I feel like that is actually like saying you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did he have other tattoos that he didn't laser?
Yeah.
See, that's to me is a
Weird,
red flag.
right?
Like, you're removing that for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, fine, get rid of the lips, but have my name there.
On your forehead.
Yeah. No, do you know what? It was sore. I actually didn't mind it. I didn't think it was that painful, but I knew what to expect. You've not had
I
it done
didn't.
before.
And do you know what? I had a sunbed before, which probably
No,
didn't
that's
help.
a
Oh, wow.
stupid
Yeah.
move.
And I had a sunbed after.
What the hell?
No, I was
Not
like this.
burnt.
I was like this on the sunbed,
Why
covering
did
it
you have
up.
2 sunbeds in one day?
Because it was like my one opportunity to have a sunbed.
Oh my God.
Got to take it while you can.
Take it while you can. No,
Yeah,
I don't really have
so
that many.
do you know what? Annoyingly, I actually like that tattoo, but I was too polite to tell him, or too awkward to say it's too big. I did say it's too big, and he went, "Oh, we can't do it any smaller." You know, like the fine little ones.
Yeah, they're like
The
the,
little
yeah, I've seen
I like
them.
them
fine
ones.
needle.
Yeah.
I like them. Like Olivia Atwood's got them on her hands, and Hailey Bieber. That's what I wanted, and I ended up with that big. No, so that's why it's going. And then I just thought, I'm getting closer to 40 now. I'm older than used to, and I don't think it's a look when you get to a
No.
certain age. When you get older,
I think just like certain things you wear and that is, it depends where they are. Like I've got
Yeah.
another one and that doesn't bother
I'm not
me
getting rid of
'cause-
that one.
I always just feel like
That
when
one
you
don't
get
really bother
married,
me.
I don't want
Yes,
tattoos.
Yeah.
on-
That's the
You
other
said that,
reason.
didn't you?
Yeah.
You said that.
I do want to get married. I haven't set a date. I'm not in any rush.
I haven't set a date.
But I do want to, obviously, one day. And I would quite like to, I'd always have a low back dress.
We've got the ring, it's fine.
Yeah, we've got the ring. Oh, who wants the stress of organising a wedding? I don't want the stress. Last time I got a stomach ulcer.
Don't want one of those again.
I know. It was painful. I did lose a load of weight, though. No, I'm just going to get the tattoos removed, get a dress and go abroad, I think.
Yeah.
Just us and
Yeah.
the kids. Yeah.
Be
I want
nice.
the photos. If I'm being honest, I want the photos to show my grandchildren, my granddaughters. How beautiful. Look at Granny.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Have you got any tattoos?
Yes, I've got Chris's initials.
Yeah, down
on
where you
my
can't.
vagina.
It's not really
Yeah.
on show.
No, so that's all right.
Yeah.
You can only see it in a bikini.
Yeah.
But I went and got that, like probably 3 months into our relationship.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
that is
that's
a pretty
nice.
bold statement.
I wanted to burn bridges
Yes.
with previous relationships.
And you
So
know
I was
a statement like that.
If I do this, I'm burning the bridge.
There's no
Just
going
burn
back.
it down. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I have someone else's name on my,
My
vagina.
vagina.
That is an exclusive here. Elizabeth has Chris's name on her vagina.
So yeah, that's what I did. I thought, oh well, let's go and do it.
Property of.
Chris puts it.
Oh my God.
There is no bigger statement of
No,
love.
there's not.
And
No.
was he over the moon with it?
Oh yeah, I think he was pretty filled. Pretty
Did you
thrilled.
tell him you was getting it done or did you just come home
You
like,
surprised
here
No,
it is?
I told him I was getting it done. And he was like, "No, you haven't." And I was like, "I am. I'm outside the tattoo shop now." And he was like, "Start winding me up, Liz." And anyway, I thought, right, I'll show you when I get home.
Yeah.
So I literally walked in the door and I was like, "Look." And he was like, "No, that's not real." I was like, "It is."
Shut up. And has he had it done back?
No, but he's going. So on his back, he's got like lions on his back. In memory of his granddad. So he's got like a big lion and a little lion. And then he's going to get another little cub lion. And then he's going to get me and him as lions as well.
Oh,
So it's
love
going to be
it.
like a little family of lions.
Beautiful.
So, but I do think he needs my name tattooed somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben hasn't got mine yet.
No,
it is on
needs
his
to
to-do
happen.
list.
Yeah.
I had a little love heart as like a symbol of love to him. Like when I was like, I think I was 17. I was
Aw.
17. And my mum didn't know about it. And then when I was giving birth,
Is he down there?
She was
That's
like,
where I've got a love
"What
heart.
is that?"
Exactly the same thing, Keely.
I was like, Mum, obviously I'm not going to tell you that I've got a love heart down there. I'm not going to tell you,
That's
am I?
exactly.
She was like,
My mum went, I can't be annoyed with you now, can I? There's a baby coming out
yeah,
of you.
literally
That
as I
is
was giving
exactly
birth.
what happened. Yeah.
What was your
how
birth
mad
like
is that?
anyway?
Fine. I
Was
feel
it
like
right?
everyone's got like a traumatic birth story, and then everyone asks what mine is. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
What, both of them?
Both of them. So I got induced with him, my last baby, because I've got issues with my spine. So he was 2 weeks early. So they broke my waters at 6:30. I had the hormonal drip at
You had
10:30.
the drip.
Did you swell?
The drip. Was
fine.
it not painful, the
Are you
drip?
joking?
I've
I
had
look
the
like
drip 4
Augustus
times
Globe.
and it killed me.
I was like, my fingers were like sausages. I was like Augustus Globe.
Shut up.
Honestly, I've got to show you a picture. Even my face was...
No, it was absolutely fine. And I
None
had
of it
him at
worked for
3:30.
me.
What, you don't think the drip's bad?
No, everyone traumatised me
Did
about
you have
this
an
drip.
epidural?
No, that's in it.
Is she all right?
No, I've got quite a high pain threshold, but it was fine. So anyone that's gonna have the hormonal drip, you will be absolutely fine.
Elizabeth, you're lying. I've
I'm
had
not
4
lying.
times and I've literally
Yeah,
been...
but you ain't got a high pain threshold.
I have-
You
I
couldn't
have-
even do the
you
bloody-
couldn't
Stick
the
laser.
tattoo. I have up until that.
No, everyone's different, but I was absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
I think
Like,
every
Oh.
delivery, the same as every pregnancy, is absolutely different because I've had 4 deliveries and I've had one without an epidural and just gas and air, one that I had to have, 2 that I had to have epidural and one that I had to have pethidine. 1 in 6 hours, 1 in 4 hours, 1 in 38 hours, and then Sadie took about 5 days.
oh,
The hormone, the thing they put it up there, what is it, the pessary they pop
Yeah.
up there,
Yeah.
didn't work.
it didn't work for me either.
No, that never
The
works.
hormone drip didn't work. They had to wamp it up so high
Mine was
that, like I
high,
said,
yeah.
I was like Augustus Globe. Then they, what else did they give me? They broke my waters, nothing happened.
No, nothing happened with
I
me.
thought
That's why
like,
it's
the
got
more
the
you
drip.
have, the quicker they're meant to get.
No.
Clearly not.
No, she
No.
did not want to come out.
She was comfortable.
She was cosy.
She knew what she was coming out to. Crazy.
The wild house.
The wild house.
The wild house, the crazy mama. Yeah, how about you? Did you have epidurals?
No.
No.
I was quite like I was asking for an epidural, but I've always
went,
always been
"No."
like
I feel like
at the
everyone's
end.
always begging for one and they just never give them out. Like, what is that
I think
about?
unless you go in there and you say I want an epidural,
Yeah.
like, so they get it already. But do you know what? My first Sienna, she was my quickest one. I went to hospital at 20 to 7.
Really, the first one?
Yeah, and I had her at 13 minutes past. That's how. But then my mum was trying to tell me that I weren't in labour, so I was in the bath, literally like, Mum, I'm in
No,
so
you
much
know
pain.
when you're in labour.
She's
you know.
standing there, like, straightening her hair, doing her makeup, like, I've timed the contractions, your contractions are fine.
Yeah, but you can go from like
Yeah.
nothing to,
Yeah.
to something, can't you, in like 10 minutes?
Or your contractions aren't always 5 minutes equally apart.
No.
Like you can
No.
have uneven contractions
Yeah, you
and
can.
be in labour.
Yeah.
Well, it weren't till I was, like, literally on the floor. Danny was asleep in the bed and I was on the floor and
Ben
she was
was
like,
like that.
I think we need to go now. And got in the car. I'll never forget, I was only 17, obviously. I was nearly 18.
Scary, isn't it?
I was in a dressing gown and I was sick. But that's when they say your body's
Yeah.
like ready.
Yeah, yeah.
I was sick in.
Yeah, I remember
there was
being
these
sick
traffic
for
lights. My
summer.
mum was going through these red traffic lights because I was like, Mum, like I'm sick in, whatever. And yeah, like I got in that hospital and I think they looked at me and they thought, silly young girl, she don't know what she's on about. I said, I need to push. Like I genuinely
yeah, I
need
said
to
that
push.
was
The
summer
minute
and they
I
said
walked
you
in,
didn't. Yeah.
and they said, oh, we'll just put you on the bed, like get you monitored, whatever. And I'm like, oh, I need to push. Anyway, the woman's come in. Okay, we'll check you. Like they was taking forever. And then the next minute, my mum's gone out to my nan and said, because my nan wanted to be there, don't come up. She's going to be hours yet. And then the midwife's she's just seen the midwife come out going like, yeah, like she's 10 centimetres. And she was like there really quick. But the others, my waters have all broken early. And I've had to be induced, which is a bit longer, isn't it?
Yeah, it
And
is.
I was in
harder.
that hospital for 3 days. I felt like I was the levels
long.
of
10
Jumanji
days
in
I
there.
was in
Drain.
there.
It
You know the film
drains you.
Airport, where we can't leave?
Yeah.
That's how we felt. We were
3
like,
days. I was
3
in there
days.
for 10 days with Sadie. 10 days.
That's
It
long.
took me, I went in on the 22nd, she was born on the 28th. That's how long it took them to induce me.
Wow.
6 days for her
Wow.
to actually be born.
I've never heard
then
of
I
that
had
before.
to
that
have
Yeah,
an
long.
it's
iron
horrific.
transfusion So I had to stay in for that. I wasn't out till 10 days later.
Wow, okay, maybe I shouldn't complain about my 3 days then.
Yeah, that's why I'm not having any more, because I've obviously got health conditions and that's why I couldn't
Do you know what? I
do
feel
it
sorry for
again.
people that have to go through all of that and then they still have to have a C-section. Like, imagine.
They was about to rush me down twice, with Summer the first and Sadie the last. They was like, right, we're going to have to do a C-section. And I was like, no, I've done all this now. I don't want to go down. But finally she did appear.
Yeah.
Things us women have to go through.
I
Exactly.
know.
Men have got it easy, really, compared
They'll
to...
never
I
understand
think
will
as you
they?
get older though, like, it scares you more. Like now, I think, even just go and have a blood test when you're pregnant. That I can't.
No, I don't bother me.
want
I
to.
have a
Don't
rare
bother
blood
me,
condition,
yeah.
so I have to have blood tests like every 2 weeks when I'm
Do you?
pregnant. Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it.
So, how did you meet Chris?
So I met Chris through mutual friends. We were always like good friends, and then when I split up with my ex, I started training because obviously I felt like shit. And you know, he was just like, one thing led to another, and he was like, look, can I take you for a drink? Like, I just think you're amazing, you're a good girl, like, I want to treat you nice. And I
Cute.
thought, oh, go on then. So anyway, I went for a drink with him and that was it. The rest was history.
That's cute. So you started training with him?
Yes, I started training with him. Actually, I was training with him before me and my ex split up. And then I continued to train with him.
Did he know your ex?
Yeah, so. I wouldn't say they were friends.
Yeah.
I'd say there's more acquaintances. So if they went out with a certain group, he would be there, sort of thing. But no, they weren't. I wouldn't say they were.
But all that sort of
buddies.
circle sort of knows each other if there's an event and
Yeah,
things like
yeah,
that
type
sort of
thing.
type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And
But I mean, I trained with him like 3-4 times a week, and I feel like when you train with someone as well, it's a bit like a therapy session.
Yeah.
So I would open up to him about things that were going on in my life at the time, and you know, he would not really say much, but he'd just listen. Obviously, I'm sure on nights out things would appear and he'd see things. So I think he knew the score, you know.
Did you have quite a bad time with your ex?
Yeah and no. So, you know, he did things that I wasn't happy with. And I got to a point where, as I got older, I had firm boundaries set in place. And I guess I knew my worth when I got older. When I was younger, I feel like when you're younger, you don't know your worth, do you really? And I just feel like you're in it for, you know, we used to go on nice holidays together. We'd do nice things together. And in the heat of it, you just toddle along.
Just roll with
yeah,
it.
You just
I
roll
suppose
with
if
it,
you
don't
love
you?
someone as well,
Yeah.
you put up with more, but you already had a child before, didn't
Yes,
you?
I
So
did.
I think when you've already, like I have, when you've already got it wrong once, you want to be 100%
Course you
certain
do.
you're
Yeah.
getting it
Yeah.
right the
Of
second
course
time.
you do, yeah.
So, yeah, you've definitely got it right, but you needed to make sure that you were getting it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing, isn't it, to make that
Yeah.
step?
Yeah. This is why I was so scared to have a baby again, because I had a baby before and obviously I've had to raise her alone.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
To raise a child alone is just awful on every basis, emotionally, physically, financially. Like, it actually traumatized me.
Were you pregnant alone?
No, wasn't pregnant alone. Me and her dad split up when she was 1. And then from about 3, that was it.
No contact.
No contact, doesn't bother. That's fine. She doesn't ask for him. I feel like with Bella, she knows. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've said to her, look, if you got any questions for me, and she's like, no.
I'm like that with my children are like that. I often say to them, and it's, you know, it's more because I want them to feel comfortable asking.
Of course. And you don't want them to feel a certain type of way, do you? Like, you
Yeah.
don't want them to feel like they've been abandoned or anything like
When
that.
they have.
When they have, but that's
Yeah.
his loss.
Yeah,
That is his
definitely.
loss.
But I just feel like they don't miss what they haven't had.
No.
And for my children, they're so at calm and at peace, and they have got a really good role model, male role model, that they don't really miss or want for anything.
No.
So, no. I do feel like you, like it is the man's loss if they choose not to be. And even more shockingly, when a man doesn't provide.
Yeah, it says everything about that man. Like, I could never be with somebody that does not see their kids
100%,
or look after their kids.
100%.
I couldn't do it.
I've got a stepson, and I've always said to my partner, to Ben, if you weren't a good dad, I would never have had another baby with you. I would never have had a child with him, because I got the privilege of seeing what a father he was before I made him a father again. I don't understand women that date men that don't have anything to do with their children. And even worse, if you're not going to be present, how are you not buying your child a sandwich once a week? Like, it's ridiculous.
Insane. What do you think I'm going to do with your £3.50 a week?
Exactly.
Like, go to Dubai? Like,
it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I get nothing like for my daughter, not a penny.
There are, no, I don't for my two. No.
So how does it get to that though? Like, what, one day just decided not to see her or bother?
Yeah, just didn't bother. Just doesn't bother. Doesn't care.
But that's even worse, I think. If you've got a stable life, how can you not have involvement with your child that's already out there?
Do you think in years' time he might try and have a relationship with Bella?
No, because I know that she wouldn't with him. As bad as that sounds, I know my child, and I just think she knows the score. She's not stupid. And I just think, how can you even explain yourself that? Do you know what? I've got an issue with these men that blame the women, that go, well, it's the woman's fault why I don't have a relationship with my child. If someone stopped me seeing my child, I'd raise hell and earth.
Oh my God.
Hell and earth.
It's just an excuse, I feel like.
It is. It's just an
excuse. There are courses that you can go on. I mean, in the worst case scenario, like with me, if social services or you're told you can't see your children, they will then ask to work with you. So you can do courses, whether it's been due to domestic violence or drugs or whatever else. Then you can go to a contact centre. If you fail to do those courses, you can't see your kids. The fact that some men will not do those courses is beyond me. It's like I would go over hell and high water to see my children. Yeah. But
absolutely. I mean, her dad actually asked my ex to adopt his child.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is a subject I have absolutely no issue talking about, by the way. Yeah, horrific.
See, I have asked for that. I did ask, if you're not going to do the right thing and provide and do the courses, then could you please sign the full rights to me? I didn't even think about the adoption, but I just felt that when, for me, when there was still legal rights, social services, which I did have involved because of domestic violence, not because of my parenting, I just want to cover that. When I was in refuge, they naturally get involved, but before, when people have found out that social services were involved, they're like, she's got social services involved. It wasn't due to my parenting, it was the fact that I was a victim of domestic violence. So their attitude was, he has PR. Now, he could take those children and he could legally leave the country with them. If he didn't have PR... God. So at one point they were like, we need the children's passports. And I was like, I'm not giving you my children's passports.
Yeah, because he could literally just take them to another country.
They weren't... But in the end... it didn't happen, and I don't have any concerns about that anymore, and nor does anybody else. But I would have liked, and I still would like full PR, because I am the main, Carer. There isn't any other, anyone else on that birth certificate contributing. But
So do you feel like from your relationships before, do you feel like your new relationship going forward, do you feel like it has affected this relationship that you got? Like, have you got certain insecurities and things like that?
So I feel like, so all my past relationships have all been a bit narcissistic and, that type of relationship. So I feel like when I got with Chris, I obviously brought all my issues in to that relationship. And he, sort of was like, I don't deserve this treatment. I've not done anything to you. I've not cheated on you. I've not made you, feel this type of way. I've not caused all these issues for you. But it's hard, isn't it? Because it's hard to then trust someone again when all you've ever known is distrust and toxicness in a way. That's hard, I think.
Yeah.
But obviously now we're at a stage 3 years on where it's been 3 years. He treats me amazingly. So now I am a lot more trusting, I would say, of him. Chris has never, on my life, made me cry in 3 years. Never made me cry.
Like they say that all men are the same, but they're definitely
They're not. They're not. I used to say that, and I used to say I hate all men.
Yeah.
And they're not. And having a son as well, don't you think?
Yeah.
You look at that boy and you think, how can I hate all men when I've produced a man?
Yeah. Definitely. It's how they're raised, isn't it, as well?
It is.
Yeah.
Respecting women is the main thing that I drum into my boys. And I say to my boys, you've got to work hard because one day I'm going to have a daughter-in-law and I want my daughter-in-law to be able to rest at home when she's pregnant and stay at home with the baby if she wants to. I would just, they just need to be good men.
Do you feel like narcissist, though? That is like a new word. Did you used to hear that years ago?
No.
Not as much.
I feel like it's thrown around a lot now.
Yeah, now it's thrown around so
Like,
much.
what would you say a narcissist is? Like,
Total mind fuck. Total
Yeah.
mind fuck. Like, for example, when I found out that, so when I eventually left, it was because the crime was committed that I did not agree with. I'm not going to say what the crime was because it's not my place, but, well, it is, but I'm not going to. Anyway, I remember saying to him that the police said to me, he's 100% done it. 100% done it. And I was like, no, I don't see it. And he was like, no, it wasn't me. And the police were like, we're telling you because you seem like a really nice girl. We've got DNA.
and if that's your husband, you're going to believe him.
Well, you want to believe your husband. You want to save your family.
Yeah.
You don't want to, because I knew for me that would be the end, the crime that it was. And the police were like, we've got DNA. You cannot argue with DNA. And he was like, not mine. They're fitting me up. And I wanted to bang
They
my
take
head.
no responsibility.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Do they? They pass the the blame to everyone else but themselves.
I would see things, like I
Yeah.
would see text messages and, no, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Like, in the end, I was
Makes you feel like
looping.
you're
Or I'd
off
go
your
on the
head.
phone, find a text, and I'd be like,
No, you
well, what's
didn't.
this then? And then
Yeah.
and then they'd turn around and they'd go, well, you shouldn't have been looking then, should you? So this is your fault.
Yeah.
And I'd be
Oh,
like,
my
what?
God.
And you go loopy-loop. And when you're younger, you actually engage in it, like rowing with them about it. Now I'd be like,
Bye.
whatever. But the problem was, obviously, when there's DV involved with a narcissism, you can't just go by. Because I would be locked in the house or locked in the garage and I would be like, please let me out. And I've got a wedding to do tomorrow, like makeup. And I would end up thinking, I shouldn't have started this. I should have just shut up
So, like, they turn it round to you.
Yeah.
all the time.
They love bomb as well, I think,
Oh,
narcissists.
100%.
Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah,
before.
love bombing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a thing.
And
So,
can
like-
you have a narcissist friend?
Yeah,
You know, them friends
Yeah.
I think that's
that,
less
like,
common though, isn't it?
I've
It's
had a
more-
couple of narcissistic
You know them friends that they like, they want to be your friend, but they literally do not leave you alone. And then you
Yeah.
start to find out things about them and you're like, you're a bit weird.
And they usually have addictions, I feel,
Yeah.
narcissists. They
Yeah, they
usually
do.
have
Yeah.
addictive
Personalities,
personalities, whether it be gambling or alcohol or drugs.
or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, because they don't really like themselves. So,
But the love bombing thing, I actually read a thing about it, and what it is they have to distract the person from who they truly are. So if they're love bombing you, distracting
Yeah.
you over there, you're not really focusing on who they actually are. And it was actually an ex of mine that, you know, when I'd spoke to like previous women, it would literally be copy and paste scripts of you're my soulmate, you're the best thing
No
that ever
way.
happened to me, you're my everything.
Yeah.
You're like, and obviously women, we like to be told
Like
that,
that,
don't
we
we?
love
it.
You're my soulmate.
we
It's
suck
like,
it up.
yeah, like
suck
you
it.
absolutely love it. But then actually, you start to realise it's love bombing when it's continuously said,
Yeah.
copy and paste.
And we do like certain things, like women, we like time spent with us. So if
Yeah.
someone wants to spend a lot of time with us
Or buy
early
you nice
on,
stuff,
or
or-
take you for nice
Yeah.
dinners, you're like, oh, this is really nice. But it's so hard because when I got with Ben, I think it was the second time I met up with him. We'd known each other for years before, but the second time I met up with him, he went, in a year's time, we'll have a 7-seater car with all the kids, we'll have a nice house together. And I loved it because that's what we as women do. But in the back of my head, I was like, red flag, red flag.
Yeah. Love
Does he
bombing
mean
me.
this? He's love bombing me. But 8 years on, he did mean it, and he is a good egg. So we just have to be that bit cautious,
We
I
do.
think, as women.
Yeah.
And if someone rings me more than twice, I'm like, red flag. You know, if someone rings you off the hook and it's not an emergency, they want to know where you are.
Is
No.
it like control as well?
It's
They want control over you.
It's total control. Like, where are you? What you doing? I wasn't allowed to go out on nights out. Like, if I asked it to be, you'd like that, wouldn't you? That'd be nice for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, I actually want to go out. Can I go out?
I asked my followers last night, like, how they found out, like, their exes, sorry, not husbands, have cheated. And they come back with all these things. And it was always like, you know, like just messages on the phone or the Apple Watch. That come up a lot.
Yeah.
Looking
the
at
I
iPad,
have
their-
gone
the linked
through the Apple
iPad.
Watch, yeah. Yeah, iPad, laptops, yeah, I do it all.
Oh, my
But I don't
God.
anymore.
I
We
don't.
genuinely don't go
No.
through each other's phones.
No, I don't.
I don't think it's
misses.
healthy either.
It's
No.
not. No.
I've got that sort of personality that I did early on, and I would make myself ill looking all the time. So now I think, like, we've built trust. We trust each other. We don't go anywhere without each other, really. Our lives are... I might go out for a bit of dinner with you or one of the other girls, but nothing crazy.
And another girl, she put, she went down her husband's, her ex's, and found a baby scan photo.
Oh,
Like,
no.
that for me,
Oh, that is the worst.
that would break you.
That
Wow.
would be my worst nightmare. My worst
Yeah,
nightmare.
same.
Yeah, that's horrific.
Yeah.
I
I got one once. I got an Instagram from a fake profile with an ex of mine, and they actually sent me a recording of, like a voice recording of him with another girl.
intimately.
Yes.
No way.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh God.
What? So
And
who
she-
is that? The girl that he was with?
I've got no idea. I
You
don't
to
even know
this
who
day.
she was.
And did
no.
he try and say it wasn't him? Or no, he was.
No, I think no. He said it was years ago.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
there is. The thing is, without a date, it could have
It
got
could
away
be
with
years
that,
ago,
couldn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did get away with it because I stayed. That was one of my
Ah.
relationships I stayed in. So
Yeah, I think phones are the main cause of getting caught out. I found do you know what? One crafty fucker. I found a phone. Do you remember the square Nokias
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
And I'd given him the phone to use, right? And I took I don't know what made me think I do, because I'm like Sherlock Holmes. We are us women, aren't we? And I took the battery out, and behind the battery was a SIM card. And I put the SIM card
and
in.
that phone.
It was this girl, this chick off that he'd met on this first lad's holiday where he'd been so loyal that he'd slept with. But I thought, no, I'm going to copy the number down. I acted so cold, played it all. I went to work the next day and texted her saying, this is my new number, babe. Don't delete the old one.
See, I couldn't stay calm.
No.
But I didn't know
then I'd
whether
ruin
they'd
it all.
slept together or
Oh,
not.
yeah,
and
but
I
then I'd
knew
ruin it all. Yeah,
that
yeah.
he would. Yeah, so I got the truth out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then I finished with him, yeah.
What about tracking them? Do you think that that's all right? Like putting
No,
Find
what
My
without them?
Friends
No,
on?
no.
No.
As someone that had that done to me, don't do that shit. It's
Oh, I wouldn't
scary.
like that.
Don't
No.
do that to people.
I think that's proper psycho
That's
behaviour.
psycho.
Yeah,
you need
Yeah,
help.
recorders, voice recorders. I had voice recorders. I had trackers. Don't do that.
I feel
If you
like
want-
now at this age, if you don't trust someone, don't be with
Don't
them.
be
with
with
them,
them.
yeah.
No, don't be
Trust
with them.
is so important in a relationship. I didn't realise how important it was.
No,
but
it's
it
everything.
Really is.
It's
Yeah.
end game. If I was with someone and I didn't trust them, I'd have to say, I
Yeah.
can't be with you or don't trust
Yeah,
you.
I would,
And
yeah.
that's it. And when someone lies to you, even if it's a small lie, because we had this, didn't we? I said to you, with Ben, he told a silly white lie. And he had to realise the multitude of that white lie, the
Yeah.
effect that it would then have on me and the trust.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Once they lie about something silly, you think, well, what else have
What
they
else
lied
are you
about?
lying about?
Trust is
Don't
so
lie to
important.
someone
Yeah.
you respect and you love.
Yeah.
So trust is everything.
It is
Without
everything.
trust,
It is.
And I'd end up like being such a psycho.
psycho.
Yeah.
But I would
'Cause
not.
I'd think,
I
well,
would
where-
not put a tracker. We have Life 360, where we're all on it as a family. So I do know where he is. If I was in a relationship with somebody and we were settled family like we are, and the man wouldn't go on it, that in itself would be a red flag. I'd
Yeah.
go, why not? There's no reason
But
why
what
as
is
a
it?
family. So it has your location. So, you know, with your children, like your teenagers, if they're getting on buses, I want to know where they
check
are.
they're at school, stuff
okay.
like that. I mean, I know you can check them at school anyway from apps, but you can just see where they are. Like
You're all on it as a group. So sometimes I find it useful. Say if Ben's at work, I don't have to ring him because I try and not ring him too much throughout the day because he's busy. I wait till he rings me. So if I look at it and I see he's on his way home, I think, oh, he's there. Oh, now he's there. Then I know when to put dinner on instead of ringing every 5 minutes and going. So it's useful for things like that. But if I was in a relationship with a man and we were settled with children and he said, no, I'm not having that, that would be a huge red flag.
Yeah,
I'd say, why? What have you got to
What's
hide?
the issue?
Do you know what? I just don't feel the need to ring my husband. Like, I really don't. I ring him and see if he wants dinner. I ring him.
I'm sick of him. I
If
see
I've
him
got
all
something
day,
to ask him. But, you know, like wives that ring them all, like their husbands all day long
Drive
and
them
want to have a
mad.
chat. Like, and I just think, but why? You're going to see it. That you know they're coming home to you. Like, you can talk to them then.
Mine's only in the garden. He can't go far.
Yeah, I was in the garden all
that's
day
handy.
then while you're in the house.
Yeah.
So he's back and forth. So when
Yeah.
he's got breaks and stuff,
Oh,
it's really
lovely.
nice. So he can have the baby.
Yeah,
So I'm just
yeah,
like,
that
please
is
take
handy.
it.
Oh, so you actually do get to use the loo in peace?
Yes, sometimes.
I don't get to, yeah. But I
Sometimes.
think, honestly, a certain amount of distance from each other is really healthy.
Yeah, it
Even
is.
the nights Ben doesn't come home because of work, it's nice to miss each other and it's nice to see that he misses me because he's like, I really want to come home now, I miss you. And that's a lovely thing to hear.
Yeah.
Rather than he wants to get away, you know?
Yeah, when he went away working for like 2 weeks, I was so excited to see him, and I was so happy. So I do think, like, you know, when men go away working, I think it's lovely.
It is
you know, how
nice
some
to
wives
miss
are like,
someone.
oh my god, like I wouldn't let them go away working and things like that. I think it's lovely. Like,
Wouldn't let 'em.
yeah, no, some wives
Have
are
a
like
great
that.
time, have a nice bath.
Yeah,
Watch what I
Yeah,
want
I
on the
like
TV. Have
it.
some
You
ain't got to cook
snacks,
every night
Don't
or
talk to anyone.
worry
That's
about
the
them.
thing as well, because Ben goes, you put yourself under the pressure, because I feel that if a man goes to work and he provides, you should have a nice dinner for him. Sorry, you should have
Yeah,
a nice
I do agree
dinner
with that, yeah.
at home. And I go, when you're not there, I will do myself a slice of toast. I'll do the children's dinner about 5 o'clock, and then I will just have whatever's left over from theirs, and
Yeah,
I'll have a
pick
slice
it.
of toast, or not bother. When you're there, I feel like I've got to do like chicken, potato, like proper.
Yeah.
But
Proper
I like
meal.
that. I feel like it's like yin and yang, and you've both got your roles, haven't you, in your
Yeah.
relationship, like masculine and feminine roles.
I'm
he
very
goes
old
out.
school.
I'm very old school,
I
and
think it's really important
I like
to
look
cook
after
a
my
nice
man.
dinner.
Yeah,
Have that bit of time together, sit down, eat together. And do you know what I say? If they're not eating, they're cheating. If you're not cooking them a nice meal and they got nothing to come home to, where are they fucking
I
off
don't
to?
understand it. Some
Yeah.
women, like I have this conversation with some other women, and they're like, "No, like you do have," and it's each to their own. We can't be judgy because we said about being judgy.
No, I'm judgy.
But
If you're not cooking your man a
if
meal,
your ass is
then-
rotten and you're not cooking,
Yeah, no.
like, and you don't work,
Yeah.
like what are you doing?
What are you doing for your life? What, you don't think a man should
Like,
have a
I'm
nice
grateful
meal?
for my lifestyle. I go to the gym. I've got a nice car. I can go. Like,
And I think
all I've got
like,
to do is go Marks and Spencer's. It's not hard.
no, it's
I
not.
don't know. It's probably because myself, like I love good food, so I just
Yeah,
think
me too. I love food. Food is the way
food
to my
is
heart.
the way to
cooking.
your heart.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
I like
I do.
cooking, but every night it gets a bit tedious. So if he doesn't come home a couple of nights a week,
Yeah, you're like, oh,
I
it's
think right, and then I'm more ready to cook again. And we're barbecue season at the moment. That man loves to barbecue, so I'm all here for it.
Oh yeah, I love a barbecue. I'm useless though. I can't do it.
No, Chris is
No,
barbecue,
I would never grill.
It's more like a man
Kaylee,
It is
job.
a man
no.
job. He's
we're,
in charge
We're
of
not
barbecue.
feminists. We're
No.
more old fashioned.
Yeah.
I am a little bit a feminist though, but I think just because you're a feminist doesn't mean that you have to get rid of the traditional values. Like this is what I say to the boys. It is traditional. A man is not going to push a baby out of his vagina. Okay, it's never going to. I don't know
nowadays.
Let's not
Yeah.
get onto that subject. But we as women do deserve to have time off of work if we're pregnant and whilst we're healing and everything else. But we're expected to do it all in today's society.
I say this really strongly to Chris. I'm like, there's absolutely, like, do you know what? At the moment, I have no desire whatsoever to be a CEO, to
No.
be a boss bitch. Like, I don't want to be any of them things. I just want to be a mom. Like, I just
Do
want
you
to
know
be.
what that means, though? That means you are content
I
and
just
happy.
wanna be at home
And I
with
think
my
that's
kids.
really attractive to a man as well.
And he likes that. He's
Yeah.
like, no, I love that about you, that you just want to be a mum. Like, you.
Yeah.
And there is nothing wrong with that. And I want to say that, like, really strongly, that it's okay just to be a mum to your kids. That's
Yes, that
absolutely
is the
fine.
most important job. And do
Yeah.
you know what, Elizabeth? When I saw my mother-in-law pass away of cancer when I was pregnant with Sadie, I realised how important that was, because
That
she
role.
went away with her children at her deathbed and they did not leave her side because she was the best mother she
Yeah.
could have been. She was not a CEO. She never had a high-flying job.
No.
She was always there to do their dinner, to do the I don't know why I'm getting all, to do the things that Ben wanted. She did the football with him. She did. He said she took me to every single club. She was a mother first and foremost, and she was the best mother.
She impacted their life hugely.
And she did me witnessing, like, and that's what I want. When I'm on my deathbed, I'm not going to think, well, do you know what?
I got that promotion one day.
Range Rover.
Yeah, and I got that Chanel bag I always
yeah,
wanted.
Yeah. I'd rather him go work and get it. Old school.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll start home and be mum, because there's no more important job in the world than
not.
being a mother and producing healthy, emotionally and physically children.
So they can go on and do the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
100%.
And that is our job as women. So as much as you can be feminist,